Balaam as a person, so to speak about it. So Balaam is in one way, he's a prophet. He's a sorcerer. He's possibly a nasty kind of a person in any way you would, but he's a prophet. So it means that the gift of prophecy, at least in some places, is not connected with holiness. It is a kind of a gift. It's not simple clairvoyance. It's not simple what I call ESP, but it is a very high power of the spirit, of the human spirit, but not of the holiness of the soul. So a person can be, on one hand, a great prophet, which means he has this extraordinary ability to perceive, to understand, to get the messages from the very high heaven without being anything as a person in himself. So later on, among the Jewish prophets, and this goes on also, to say it in a very short way, it was also about, see, a Jewish saint cannot be a saint only in worshiping God, or in doing prayers, or in performing miracles. That doesn't make him a saint. If he's not all in all a saintly person, which means his relationship with people, his relationship with money, the relationship with his family, if he's not saintly there, he cannot become a saint. He's not our saint. And so the same thing is, our prophets are always people that are checked. That's the first check. If the person is blemished as a person, then you cannot believe him as a prophet. He cannot be a prophet. God doesn't speak to him. But it seems that is a very special condition that the Almighty has from his own people and from his own prophets. Because others can have the gift without other qualities. Lehavdil, let's say, to make the distance between things. See, to be saintly, and as the way we take it, is a saintliness is a matter that is a whole personality. The whole persona has to be saintly. And the whole persona is not to be great, but to be saintly. Now, when we come to other aspects, does it mean that a great artist is a saintly person? No, a great artist also has a gift of God. But the gift of God is to do wonderful paintings. He himself can be the dirtiest of people, and even a stupid person. That is written. One of the small notes about it is written in a book by Plato. It's called Symposium. And where Socrates speaks about it, says there are many people who are wonderful poets and wonderful writers. They themselves are quite stupid people. They have the gift, but it doesn't mean anything about them. So we have it in so many fields. We have a person is given a divine gift of art, of beauty, of understanding, of mathematics or other fields. What does it mean about the person himself? The person himself can be indifferent. The person himself, see, to be a champion chess player, it doesn't mean that you are a holy person. And to be a famous sculptor, you don't have it in the same way, or to be a great mathematician. You may happen to be a nice person, or you may happen to be anything else. It seems that in a certain level, outside our world, there is the notion of, there is a person who can, as it says it, he can see the highest image. He says, God speaks to me and I'm repeating it. So that is true. And he says what God says to him, even though he is, as a vessel, is good for one thing. See, it's like, see, the most beautiful Stradivarius cannot be used as a writing implement or to do anything else that is worthy. The only thing that it can do is play. It can play. So in that sense, this type of a prophet is exceptional, because he can be a prophet, nothing else. As a person, there may be, as it is in this picture, a person that has not just extraordinary intellectual gifts, or emotional gifts, or artistic gifts, and the person that has perhaps the super important gift, which is the ability to listen to what God says. And still, it is a gift. Now, the story of Balaam, as the personality of Balaam and what we know about him, is it is a complete description of the same thing. The person is a vessel to do something which is exalted, but it's a vessel for a message. Is not in himself, is not worth much. So that is in a way not only about Balaam. See, if we speak about Balaam is kind of a symbol. Balaam is a person which is in certain ways is a mediocre person, or even less than mediocre person. He has this very special gift. Now, that is for being included in the Bible, not only the prophecy, but even the story of the person himself. It's a great message. See, it's a great message, which means being an important person with great achievements in one field and another field. You can be not just a simple doctor, but you can be a very, 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 very high and important professor. You can be a Nobel Prize winner. You can be an artist that your pictures are shown in any museum. You can be a pianist that people will faint because of the beauty of your playing. But what does it mean about you as a person? Nothing. So there are gifts in different levels, one gift and another gift. And there's something else which is we are not when we are trying to find all kinds of special gifts. Okay, you have gifts. Some people are strong, and some people are beautiful, and some people have other qualities, even intellectual qualities, even emotional qualities. But there is another kind of a measurement, which is the measurement, what we call it, and what is that person in himself. And that is a very different measurement. And therefore, the story of Balaam is, in a way, it makes us aware of the difference between what a person, what he has as qualities, as other possessions, and what he is in himself. So that is not just an important message. You see, when it says in the book of Jeremiah, it says the wise shouldn't be praised for his wisdom. The hero shouldn't be praised for his powers. The rich shouldn't be praised for his money. In that a person can be praised when he understands and knows me, says the Lord. So that's a kind of different. It doesn't say that riches is not good, or that physical power is not good, or that wisdom is no good. He said that is not. If one wants to find what is really matters is this kind of what is the connection, say, between man and God, not as a message, because God sends all kinds of gifts to the world in every field, in every way. But the gifts doesn't mean that the person has anything more than the gift. So it's a matter of dealing with each other, looking at each other, and checking who is really not who is noteworthy, who is famous. Lots of people are famous, bad and good, but who is worthy. So that's including that special piece in the Bible, in the Chumash, is more than just a story. It's a story which has not only what it says has a great moral, but it says lots of things what it doesn't say. What it doesn't say. Here is a person who is so exalted and so talented, he can even say that when he falls asleep, he gets the vision of the Lord. He can see what will happen in the future. And when he speaks to the king, he says, "You stand up and listen to me, because I have a message, and the message is not for now. I see it from a distance and a bigger distance." And he's all of that is right. But he's a vessel he's like a microphone. You don't attribute any holiness to a microphone. So that is what Balaam is, and that is a part of the story of Balaam, which is learning about the limits of power, even the limits of divine power, what it means and what it doesn't mean, and what are the things that really have merit. Some of them are those small people or meek people, and people that are sometimes you say, this is a good person. That is what the Lord wants. And all the rest they're beautiful creatures. See, a tiger is formidable, in a way also good looking. But I don't want to live with a tiger. See, what I want is somebody that is, I would say, good and wise and reasonable and understanding and so on. That's what I want. So the tiger will stay in the zoo. And those people that they should understand and should connect with are those people that are perhaps not so famous, not so expressive, but they are the right people. We have a responsibility. And the head of Balaam is, you see, Balaam is stabbed among all kinds of other villains that he enticed people to do it. So he says, if you want to make a big judgment, so see, the person with the great gifts doesn't get an immunity and shouldn't get an immunity. He has great gifts, but what is he and what did he do? And if he's bad, and if his advice was malicious, and if his deeds were bad, so the fact that he is whatever it is, brilliant, powerful, so it doesn't mean that he has to be forgiven. These are modern time villains. See? Modern time villains. I'm saying Balaam is in that sense. He's not a person that you can see. He's all around bad. He's not all around bad. He has all kinds of good qualities, sometimes shining qualities, but he's still a villain. And that's what I'm saying. When I'm saying a modern time villain, it's not obvious. He's not a killer by whatever you see it. He's an enticer. He's the advisor of the head of the mafia. He's not killing anybody. So I'm saying that's all in all. It's a modern type fellow, but he's a modern type person, which is you don't deny his high qualities, and you cannot be denied. You cannot deny his ability, but you can't question his morality. And that is very common.